What's going on YouTube? This is Jabber Tech, and today I'm super excited to show you a premium Android TV box. This is from a company called Minix. It's their Neo U22-XJ 4K Ultra HD Android Media Hub, as they like to call it. And quite honestly, this should be the standard for any premium Android box going forward. Minix put all the latest tech in here, and this is an ultra fast box. But let's go ahead, unbox it, and check it out together. If you're interested in picking it up, check my link down below. But this is the Neo U22XJ review, so let's get into it. Just as a spoiler, I'm super impressed with the Minix player. If you're looking for an ultra premium Android experience right now, look no further. This really surpassed all of my expectations, and I'm being really honest and upfront with you guys. I was not expecting to like this box as much as I do, but I really enjoy it. It's super powerful. It plays everything that I throw at it, and it's just a premium experience from the USB-C port to the 3 USB 3s on the side, and we still have that micro SD card slot, which I've already thrown in and made it adoptable. So I've increased from 32 of internal storage to 64 just by putting in a card. But really, this is a premium player that more manufacturers should really copy. I think more manufacturers should jump on the USB-C train because that really just future-proofs this player. Taking a little bit back of the box here, guys, you can see what I mean by a premium high-end Android experience. If you're looking for a box that screams premium, look no further than this Minix box, because we get a lot of premium specs that more manufacturers really should mimic and really should copy, such as 3 USB 3 ports. That's right, we don't have any slow USB ports on this thing, and they also include a USB-C port for data. That's something huge. That's something that just screams high-end, and gigabit Ethernet should be the standard as well on all of these 4K boxes. If you have a large media library at home, you know you need that fast gigabit connection. Android 9 Pie is on here. We have support for 4K HDR10 and HDR10 Plus. We also get Dolby Audio. We also get an optical out port, but the processor is the S922XJ hexa-core processor paired with the Mali G52 for graphics. We get 4 GB of DDR4 RAM, 32 GB of eMMC 5.1 storage. We get 2x2 MIMO support, AC Wi-Fi. You get dual Wi-Fi in this, so it means it's going to get a really fast connection. And let me tell you, putting this in a dark corner in my house, I was still able to get connection, a strong, stable connection at that. HDMI 2.1, again, support for 4K at 60 Hz. We also get micro SD card support, and you can pause the video if you want to read all the supported video and audio codecs. But let's just see what we get inside the box. This is everything that you get in the box, and the first thing that I noticed when I unboxed it is just how massive the Minix box actually is. Just take a look at its size compared to something like the Z8 Android box. You can see it's probably about 1.5 the size. Just take a look at that. This is no small Android box at all. And with all the tech inside, I'm pretty sure they needed all of this space, and it is a fanless design. So this is going to stay cool without any fan, and trust me when I tell you, I've had Android TV boxes in the past that had fans, and it was just super loud and super annoying when this thing got hot. So I'm happy about the fanless design, and I also like the little Android guy on the back. Say hello to Andy right over there. Instead of including a Bluetooth remote control, we have this infrared remote, which is okay, but it doesn't have an air mouse. And when you have an Android box, the number one thing that you do need is an air mouse for a lot of applications that really just don't work with a controller. So I don't know why they didn't just beef up the remote control, give us a Bluetooth with an air mouse. But thankfully, if you do catch it when they do bundle this A3 remote control that they have, this is an ultimate remote control for your Android box. And if you want to know how it works on other players, let me know down in the comments below. I'll connect it to another Android box and see, because the features of this are super awesome. When you flip it over, you have a backlit keyboard, and this is really great, especially when you're in Kodi or you're just trying to surf the web on your couch. You can go ahead, flip it over, type what you need to type, and then go back to everyday life with a regular remote control. And this does have an air mouse, so you do have that air mouse functionality. It's also a voice remote, so you can just click on it and ask your assistant questions. You have volume up and down. You have access to your app drawer very quickly. Again, this is a remote control that should have been included standard with the Minix player, but it wasn't. But it's a nice size. It's an IR remote control at that, and I never really had to point it directly at the box. It kind of always figured out a way to make the signal work. Looking at the box itself, again, it is a large device, and you get this pretty big antenna here. but this is needed to keep that super stable connection when you're streaming 4K. On the right side, here's all your beautiful USB 3 ports, all in blue, very nice to look at. You have a trans flash micro SD card slot, which I already put one in, and then here's your OTG USB-C port. You have an actual button for on and off, and I like seeing an actual button for on and off, guys. It just makes it a lot easier to, well, turn your device on or off. Looking at the back, here's your headphone port. There's your HDMI port and your optical SPDIF port, gigabit LAN, and then your power right over there. And you can also lock it up with the Kensington port right on the left side there. But overall, I think it's a very powerful, very nice looking box. But let's go ahead, turn it on, and see what it's all about. And it's just a premium box that all these manufacturers that call themselves premium Android boxes should really take note of this Minix player, because you have the USB-C on the side, you have 3 USB 3 ports. We don't need any slow USB ports these days, especially if you're a high-end box like the Minix one is. And it just is a very powerful device that really is going to keep you going for many, many years. But they didn't really put a lot of thought into their skin. I'm not a huge fan of this launcher. Maybe you guys are. Let me know down in the comments below. But basically, all these large icons are just like folders where you can go in and you can put all your games into one place. You can put all of your video apps into one place as well. And all you have to do is click on this plus icon, and then you can go in and you can add whatever app you want. As far as I know, you can add as many apps as you want within the folder. And then on the bottom here is where you can put some more favorite applications, so it's just easily accessible. Whatever your flavor launcher is, this is Android 9. You can just download it from the Play Store because we have full access to the Google Play Store. That's why I really like these Android boxes over the official Android TV boxes, because we do have the full Google Play Store in all its glory, which basically means you can download anything you want, games, apps, or even launchers. Download it right to the box, and the Minix player will be able to do that. So I'll show you my favorite launcher, ATV, in a second. But this was their skin that they loaded on, and it's okay. I like that they have a task killer right at the bottom here. Just makes it simple to close out all of your applications. So if we go into your all apps folder, this will just show you every single app that you've downloaded. If you've used Android, this is nothing too out of the ordinary. This is pretty much what Android looks like. And while we're here, we do have support for Google's wide vine protection. So hopefully Netflix, Prime Video, and other applications like that will allow this box to be certified and will allow us to get full HD glory, full 4K glory, because as of right now, and I'm just going to mention it right out of the gate, Netflix, Prime Video, a lot of these official apps will not work at 4K or even 1080. Netflix will be about 480, Prime Video is around the 720 mark. It's just how it goes these days if you want an Android box. But if you do have an Android box, you're not really buying it for these main applications. At least that's my opinion. If you know differently, let me know down in the comments below if you buy these boxes and you really want to use Netflix and Prime Video for its original 4K content. Because for me, I use Kodi on a daily basis, and I like to watch everything from Kodi, 4K, all the originals from Netflix, all the originals from Disney, any service you want, you can get on Kodi. And I'm happy to tell you guys, Kodi plays flawlessly, and it is kind of funny because they do have Kodi preloaded onto this box. When you first open it up, it is there, so you know what you're going to use this box for. And speaking of Kodi and all these other streaming apps like Cyberflix, Tea Time, or whatever flavors going around these days, I really recommend that you guys get a VPN, because a VPN goes hand in hand with these Android TV boxes. I actually didn't use one the other day while I was watching a movie, and in the middle of the movie I was like, man, I forgot to turn on my VPN. I think I'll be all right. Well, sure enough, I got a copyright notice in my Gmail account the next day, and that's just how it goes. So if you do get one of these boxes, I highly recommend the VPN service. I like TorGuard, and they like me. They gave me 50% to give to you guys, so if you want to sign up, I'll save you 50%, so under $5 a month will get you well protected, and you can watch anything that you want all day long. Go check it out, but a VPN service is a must these days, especially when you're downloading a lot of TV shows and movies. Just keep yourself protected. Don't get those copyright notices. Even though Netflix and Prime Video don't really play too well with these Android boxes, YouTube does, and you can get 4K on YouTube. Although I'm using a 1080 capture card, so I can't show you YouTube at 4K, but this was able to play 4K on YouTube without any issues at all. And what I like about this box as well, we do get picture-in-picture because this is Android 9, and they didn't take out this feature. You can still go ahead and watch some sort of video. If the app supports picture-in-picture, you can go in and you can do other things while you have your video playing on the bottom corner. So that means what you can do, guys, which is really awesome, you can go in, you can open up a web page, you can go ahead and surf, because yes, you do get a full browser, you do get full Chrome, full Brave, whatever your browser of choice is. You can go in and you can watch something, you can just surf the web while your video is playing on the bottom corner. And I think that's awesome. I think that's really, really cool. If we go into settings, there's some things I want to show you, because this is an ultra powerful box. This is a premium Android box. Don't get that confused for 1 second. For those of you that like to tweak your device, this is the device for you. In MCU settings, we have some options to enable auto start. So when you plug it in, you don't have to press the power button on the side. It'll just start right away. And then there's 2 options here. I really don't know what they are, guys. If you do, let me know down in the comments below. But you can enable RTC alarm and you can enable watchdog if you want to. Again, I don't know what these do. Let me know down in the comments if you guys know what it's for. Another couple options that we have in device preferences, you have the USB OTG host enable or disable. This is great if you're trying to load custom ROMs, or again, if you're trying to tweak it somehow, you can go ahead and switch that USB port to be a host instead of I'm going to call it a client. We can system root it as well, just with a quick toggle switch. So for those apps that need root, you can go ahead, flip the switch, and your device will show that it's rooted. Fake HDMI is also a great option if you're using some third-party apps. If you're using some apps that are downloaded, you might want to fake that the HDMI port's enabled or that it's disabled. Again, this is more for your third-party applications, maybe your emulators or something else like that. So you can rotate the screen with the Minix box. You can rotate it up to 270 degrees. So if you have your TV or your LCD screen upside down, maybe you're in a bar setting and you're using this to display whatever you're displaying, you can go ahead and rotate your screen. That could be useful to a lot of you, but for me, I really don't use that feature. You can hide or show the navigation bar. Again, a lot of you like this feature, so they do include it in the Minix box. And there is one more setting that I want to show you. Again, this is Android 9 Pie, so we have a couple cool options with Android. One of those is adoptable storage. Now this only has 32 built in. I wish they included 64, but it is what it is. 32 is probably enough for most people. But if you insert a micro SD card or you put in a pen drive, you can have it act as system storage or removable storage. So if you do throw in, say for example, a 128 gigabyte micro SD card, you can have the system recognize that as internal storage. So you can boost the capacity very easily and very quickly. If you happen to have a huge library of 4K content, the Minix box will play it without any issue very, very quickly. You can even fast forward and you'll be able to never skip a beat. Actually, the Minix box will never skip a beat. It'll start playing right away. This is a 10-bit Black Panther rip, Blu-ray rip at that, and you can see I can fast forward without any problems. 4K content loads and plays very, very quickly. And taking a look at the benchmark score, this is your Antutu benchmark score. Now finally, for those gamers out there, this is a very capable Android TV box. If you are the casual gamer and you want to play something like pubG that you can't really get on an Android TV box, this is the way to go as well. So let's just load up pubG, and I'm also going to load up Asphalt 8 so that you can see the gaming capabilities of the Minix box for yourselves. What I like about the Minix box as well, although it does not have Chromecast, that's only for certified Android TV boxes. You do have Miracast, so if your phone does support it, you will be able to display your phone screen onto the big screen. When Minix calls the Neo U22XJ a 4K Ultra HD Android media hub, they're not joking. This is the ultimate in an Android box experience. This is the ultimate in future-proofing. This is the ultimate in Minix's promise to you guys for the future. I can't stress that enough. 3 USB 3 ports, micro SD, and this USB-C port means that you'll be able to use this box for many, many years to come, and you'll be able to use this box probably in ways that Minix or you today never really thought of in the future. Thanks to all these options, we really can use this box for many, many years, and it's really powerful. Any 4K content that you throw at it, 10-bit, doesn't really matter. High quality MKVs, high quality any type of format is going to play on the Minix player. This box really surpassed my expectations, and it really replaced every other box that I have on my shelf right now. This is my main player. This is the box that I use on my daily basis. This is a box that's going to be on my shelf for a long time to come. But I really appreciate you watching. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.